My first shift as a hotel manager. What really happens when junior managers start work in a hotel? I'll never forget all of those I came into contact with, including guests, staff members and the managers who showed a little empathy and patience during those first few months. I only hoped that I could do the same. Many people dread their first day left on their own in the hotel. We have an induction period, and during our first few days in the hotel, we're surrounded by an increasing amount of chefs and housekeepers, as well as engineers and waiting staff, all of whom had a wealth of knowledge compared to us. Then all of a sudden, we're in charge of the hotel. I was on call that day, which meant that in addition to working a normal hotel shift, I had to stay in the hotel overnight until 7 AM, dealing with out-of-hours management problems. I remember being called to see a guest who had fallen out of bed, and vividly recall that moment of realising that for all the lectures, revision and exams that had characterised hotel school, I still had no idea what to do with this human being, or how to solve the problem of him being on the floor. But thinking back to it still induces a run of palpitations. Thank you, night porters, for saving my shift. Later in the night, I got bleeped to see a dying patient and talk to their family. I remember them all huddled around the bedside. They turned out to be very nice and greatly appreciative of my efforts, despite their own grave situation, as I've since learned is generally the case. All in all, it could have been worse, and I emerged from the day and night with my mind and career intact, in the same way that I'm sure all the trainee hotel managers do who start working in a hotel. I started work as a hotel manager 25 years ago. It was a Saturday. I had moved 300 miles for the job and knew no one. Home was a single room above one of the kitchens, with a collapsed plastic covered mattress on the bed, a worn sticky carpet and an ancient wardrobe and desk. I paged the incoming duty manager at 7 AM. She arrived. I shoved a pager at her and a tattered piece of paper with the 12 incidents I had dealt with on it. These are the emergencies that happened last night. She walked away with a grunt. I'm never coming back to this place again, I thought to myself as I walked away crying into the car park. The only thing that kept me going was the thought of the years and years of work it had taken to reach this point. Everything I had given up through my teens and early 20s. I had a first shift. It really was everything that I had worked towards. It was utter misery. I worked from 7:30 AM on Sunday to 7 AM on Monday with no sleep, one meal and about 8 cups of cold coffee. That was standard for 6 months. I passed the time in a haze of exhaustion, fear and misery. I wouldn't change it for the world. Speak to you soon.